Hello and welcome to a fantastic video. Guess what? This is your last video of this unit. Woo! So let's talk about influences on Congress. Now, I want you to take a second and open up your legislative branch unit notes. And I want you to skim through there, just kind of glance through and see what you're going to be looking for as we go through this unit or this video. So, first of all, the biggest, we hope, influence on Congress is voters. Okay. So, who are the voters? Us, people that are represented by our congressmen. So, we hope that we are the biggest influence on their decision making. So, we've got two terms that we want to figure out here on this specific topic. So, the first one is log rolling. And I want you to get an image in your mind about what you think log rolling is. Got it? Good. Now, log rolling is the practice of Congress people supporting each other in exchange for their support. Okay, if you need to pause me and type that in, please do so. But here's a way that you can think about it. Log rolling. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. If I'm a congressperson from Missouri and you're a congressperson from Illinois, and I want to pass a bill that's going to help my voters, you want to pass a bill that's going to help your voters, we're probably going to need each other's help. We're going to help each other and support each other's bills. Okay? Next, we've got pork barrel legislation, and I will draw, I know you guys love this, I will draw a picture of pork barrel legislation in class. But pork barrel legislation, here's what you need to know. It's the practice of using federal money for local projects, okay? Federal money for local projects. So if I'm the congressperson from Park Hills, Missouri, and I want to pass a specific bill, I'm probably going to try to get that bill in another bill, right? To benefit my citizens. Okay, so pork barrel spending using federal money for local projects. Okay, oops, there we go. So another huge influence on members of Congress is, of course, political parties. We are living in a very politically charged society right now. I think we can all agree about that. So political parties have a huge influence on members of Congress. Now, the two main political parties, of course, are the Democrats and the Republicans, but there are tons of other political parties out there as well. There are third parties called like the Green Party and the Libertarian Party. There's a Constitution Party, tons and tons of different groups of people. But political parties, especially those two main ones, the Democrats and Republicans, have a huge impact on how members of Congress vote because they're probably going to want to vote based on what their political party wants them to do. Okay. The other or the third big influence on Congress, of course, is the executive branch. So the president is going to propose ideas, suggest ideas to Congress, right? And he's probably going to like stay on them and encourage them to pass his ideas. So the executive branch, the president, is going to be a pretty big influence. You also have interest groups and lobbyists. Okay. So an interest group is exactly what it sounds like. An interest group is a group of people who share a common interest. So in Washington, D.C., these people are led by lobbyists. Okay. So a lobbyist is a leader of an interest group, and a lobbyist and the interest group they represent work to try to encourage or persuade members of Congress to vote a certain way. Okay, so a lot of times people who are in an interest group, those lobbyists are going to perhaps donate money to campaigns to try to encourage congressmen to vote a certain way. And the last influence on Congress we need to look at, these are called political action committees. Okay. And if you ever hear about them in the news, sometimes they're called PACs. All right. So, political action committee is very, very similar to an interest group, but a political action committee is trying to get a candidate elected. Okay. So, they raise money to get a candidate elected who's going to represent their interests. Okay. So I'm going to stop there. If you guys have any questions, let me know.